Hi everyone, I'm Jack Griffin, and today's Cup Experience Briefing is mainly for racing sailors. We're going to talk about an important detail at the windward mark. We've all read the racing rules of sailing, and we know that Rule 18 deals with mark room. But in the America's Cup edition of the racing rules, things are a bit different. What do I mean by that? Well, at the mark, if there's an overlap, it doesn't matter who gets to the zone first. It doesn't matter who's on starboard and who's on port. It doesn't matter who has to tack to get around the mark. All that matters is who is on the inside track. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look at some diagrams and some examples.
Remember the course layouts from Cascais, Plymouth, and San Diego? They had gates at both the leeward and windward ends of the course. But if you look at the sailing instructions for Naples, you'll notice that there's no windward gate. Now it's a rounding mark, left to port, in both the fleet races and the match races. What does that mean tactically? Would you like to be the purple boat in this diagram? You're on starboard tack, on the ley line to the mark, and you've arrived at the 3-boat length zone ahead of all the port tackers. But guess what? You're overlapped with all but one of those port tackers, the light blue boat. So you have to give mark room to the overlapped boats. Here's where that America's Cup edition of the rules comes in. If there's an overlap, the outside boat must give mark room to the inside boat, no matter who got to the zone first and regardless of who's on port and who's on starboard. Let's look at an animation with just 2 boats. Red is on starboard tack at the zone first, but since he's overlapped with purple, Red must give mark room. Is there anything Red could do? Yes, sail faster and make your rounding while still leaving mark room. As usual, boat speed makes you a smart tactician. Thanks for your attention. Remember, if you've got questions, come to cupexperience.com and ask Jack. I may not know all the answers, but I know people who do.